Hello and welcome to StratiGG, where we like to geek out, spread fun, love and snuggles in strategy games and more. I'm snuGGleona, and today we are looking back at round 8 of the Kill Pete Open 2023. The settings for this game: the map, Britannia Advanced, game type World Domination. There were no blizzards, but Fog of War is on, which is always going to spice up your game. Portals were unstable, card type progressive, turn time is 60 seconds, no alliances, which can make things that bit more tricky, and dice rolls are balanced Blitz. Without further ado, let's head on over into the game and see how we get on. We are starting in position 2 in the turn order. We have a pretty decent start. Immediately I'm taking notice of the key positions on the map. Those choke point or nexus territories that I like to call, that allow you to completely cut off part of the map and have access to a lot of different territories to maximize your vision in the fog. I'm already looking at paths where I need to take in order to get that vital information and find out where everybody is. Red is our natural target in this game, and thankfully we already see quite a bit of them. So my initial game plan is going to be to build up my little stacks around the board, be as hard to take out as possible, and try to get information on where all these other players is. More specifically, trying to find the rest of Red, and what do you know? Hello there, Red! We find another position instantly. Red yields that vital nexus territory there. So if no one else takes that, you better believe I'm going to try and snag it for myself. As you can see, I'm already noticing that no one is taking that very important nexus territory that my mouse cursor is hovering over. So I definitely want that territory if we can get it. Not only does it cut off half of the map, it also has a lot of adjoining territories, which gives us a massive amount of vision in the fog. And the portal has opened up on the very northern territory, which has allowed us to see that white is up there. Everyone with the portal now sees that white is up at the top. If you'll take notice, purple is on a portal. So purple sees the white position up at the top. That will be important to know for later in the game. And I snag that all-important Nexus territory. Excellent start to our game at the moment. Things are looking pretty good. I am taking note of the territories that I currently do not have any information on. And as we go forward in this game, I am going to be looking to take a peek and see what's lurking in the fog in those territories. The more information we have, the better lined up we can be when it comes time to try and take some kills. Trying to keep track of everybody's movements in the fog can be incredibly difficult. Something that only tends to come with practice. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Every single turn, I am just taking note of the territories that I want to be able to see. We want to extract maximum value from every single one of our turns, spending as little troops as possible to gather that vital information. The portal's now closed and we lose vision on the white position up in the very, very top of the map. That is most likely kill guarded. The portal has closed now, but everyone that had a portal should have taken note that white is up there, hidden behind the other players. So we take a red one, we reduce a territory of red, our natural target, and we gain some information on the northern part of the Welsh territory there. We see that it is currently a green territory. Extracting maximum value there from our turn, which is something that we will be trying to do every single turn in this very difficult, very tricky fog game that we find ourselves in. So we still have some territories that we do not know who is there. We do not have full information as of yet. I'm currently looking for my next turn. Planning ahead is very important in any game of Risk, guys. You should be using your opponent's turns to plan your next move, as well as trying to keep track of all their movements. Unfortunately, that white move is going to cut off our opportunity to gain intel on the southern part of the Welsh territory. And we see another position of green. Currently trying to track white's positions and red's positions. Red being our natural kill target, but if we can chain the kills, it will be even more beneficial. So I'm also trying to track white's territories as well, paying particular attention to red's positioning and white's positioning, but also loosely trying to follow everyone else's moves as well. Currently lacking information on that northeastern side of Scotland, the East Anglia area. Couple of territories in Wales, one territory down there in the Cornwall area of the UK, and then Northern Ireland and the Isle of Man. Those are the only territories that I do not currently have information on. I do have portal access though, and a 1 to hit through the portal if I would want to try and get some information on that northeastern side of Scotland. We're going to bolster our stacks a little bit. And we're going to decide to just hit a single one of red for now. That will eliminate the need for a split when the eventual kill attempt comes down the pipeline. So still a very valuable turn there, strategically speaking. If you can try to eliminate possible splits, you should also do that. So we see a lot of positions of red here. There is a good chance that we currently see all of red. And we see that red moves down into the Isle of Man. We now know that one of red positions has moved onto the Isle of Man, which has also reduced the territories that we don't currently have information on. We now have information on the Isle of Man just from tracking movements of other players. I'm giving up frowny faces here because the white player is splitting their troops as they take territories. This is making it more difficult for people to take cards, clogging up the board. And is generally just a frustrating move, especially in a fog game. Now, the technical benefits of trying to take that strategy is it allows you to maximize your own vision, allows you to build up a bit of a territory count. Potentially, if you get over 12 territories, you can get an extra troop. But in my opinion, the disadvantages far outweigh the advantages, because that for the possible chance of getting an additional troop, you're also spreading yourself out way too much and letting more players see positions than you potentially need to. You're making yourself even more easy to see. Okay, now the value of hitting this one territory here reveals 3 whole territories to me. Massive, massive strategic move there. Excellent value for that turn. We know the Isle of Man is red. Right now we've just massively reduced the amount of territories that we didn't have information on. We are nearing the point where a kill attempt is going to come. And if we can have maximum information when we reach that point, the more confident we are going to be in going for that all-important kill. Now the purple player has decided to card skip, which is transferring the lowest trade-in to us. But given that I have a high confidence that I see all of red's positions, I decided that I would like to continue the game and not get into several rounds of card skipping like we have seen in previous rounds. And white continues to just spread themselves out, splitting troops as they go. As I was saying before, the downsides of this strategy far outweigh any potential positives. You're not really going to get any benefit in a prog game from trying to hold multiple territories. And you're letting all the other players see where your positions are, as well as linking all your positions together. In a fog game, you do not want to do this, guys. You want to leave ones so that other players can take cards and separate your positions, making you even harder to find in that fog. It can be the difference between life and death. If someone can't find you on a kill attempt, you might just survive to trade in and live to fight another day. So here come the first rounds of trades. Typically you don't want to be going for any kill attempts on the first round of trades. So we are just going to bolster our stacks and line up on that eventual red kill attempt that we are aiming for. We move a stack in position, ready to hit that Isle of Man when the time comes. And we confirm that red is still there. Red is doing a very good job at splitting themselves into as many stacks as possible. They can see that I'm completely lined up on them. Kill attempt on red is going to be very difficult. We see white move into East Anglia. That's another position that we now know is clear. We only have these two positions now pretty much that we don't have information on. We have the north eastern side of Scotland and this southern Wales Cornwall area. Those are the only two places that we haven't seen and got information on as of yet. Red has done an excellent job of splitting their positions. Kill attempt on them would be quite difficult now with the 2 splits required. We trade in for the 20 trades. This is when kills are usually attempted, but red has done a very, very good job here of forcing 2 splits out of me, which means that I am just not going to have enough troops this time around to be able to go for the red kill. Very well played here from the red player. And red did not set on 4. And they create yet another position for themselves down in Wales. Excellent defensive play from the red player. Purple sets in on 4 and gets the 35 trades. We see them making multiple attacks here. They are hitting a lot of the white player. This is a kill attempt. And as I said earlier in the game, guys, purple had access to that all-important portal when the white position in the very north of the board was revealed. Purple had this information the entire game. They failed to prepare to get to them. And so we know white's only position now is up there in the top of the map. Unfortunately, we don't know how many is up there. 13 on 6 is not a lot. I hit one up to see how much is on that other kill guard. There's a blue 18. So if I don't take this kill, I know that red is going to take it. I decide not to roll a 6. In hindsight, I should have rolled that red 6 up there at the top. There was a good chance that I would not have been able to take the kill, and it would have gone to blue. But preventing red from getting this kill was what I should have done. Unfortunately, I don't have a set on 3. Red is going to take the easy white kill up in the north of the map. So this was a blunder by me. I should have removed red from the top of the map there. Red is now completely unkillable by me. My second target, white, has just been fed to my first target, red, by the purple player. Massive blunder by purple in feeding that white kill. Purple knew that white was up there from very early on in the game, or at least they should have. Very, very poor play from the purple player. However, when my turn came around, I should have removed that red position in the north of the map. On the chance that I could have taken that white kill myself, and if not, I would have denied red the kill, and that was the most important thing. I decided not to because I saw the blue 18, so I thought that I was going to be feeding it to blue anyway if I couldn't take it. However, in hindsight, not letting red take it, removing a position of red, was the better play. Unfortunately, I didn't see it at the time. I knew that was white's last position. Unfortunately, I made the wrong call in the moment. Because now red has a massive, massive advantage in this game. Massive troop lead. Massive card lead. They're about to set in yet again. I don't have a trade on 3. And because I've been lining up on them the entire game, that means that they are also now lined up on me. So, although this game has now just been fed to red by purple, there was a step that I could have taken by removing that red position in the north of the map to potentially change how this game is going now. So my advice to you guys watching is, if you find yourself in this position where you don't have a 100% guarantee to finish off a kill that has been fed, don't immediately write off the possibility of going for it. Even if you have a high confidence that you won't be able to take it yourself, look at the board and see if you can deny other players from taking it. Because sometimes that denial of that bounty and the cards that come from it to another player can be even more valuable than trying to take it yourself. That is the lesson I'm taking away from this game. A very valuable lesson. As we will see, yeah, red is completely lined up on us now, has the massive advantage, and they are going to take us out. So unfortunately, this marks the end of our KP Open 2023 run. We won't have enough points now after the last game, not getting a set on 4 and being knocked out in 5th place. And now again, with this feed from purple, being knocked out in 5th place yet again. This unfortunate, unlucky, bad couple of games brings our KP Open run to an end in round 8. It was a good run though, and like I say, I learned a very valuable lesson from this game. If you can't take a kill, can you deny it to another player? Is denying it to that player more valuable than possibly you taking it yourself? In this game, it would have been. I should have removed the red position. I should have prevented red from taking that white kill at all costs. Even if I wasn't sure that I could get the kill myself, The true value up there was removing the red position, and I failed to see that at the time, and it cost me the game and ended up knocking me out of the tournament. Very, very valuable lesson, as I will keep saying. And let's see how the rest of the players get on in this game. Unfortunately, red has just been fed such a massive lead now. It's almost a foregone conclusion that red is just going to sweep this game. The other players are now just trying to pick at the scraps and trying to get as many points as they can. Green doing as good a job as they can to do that. But we're going to see red set in yet again as their turn comes around. So green spreading themselves out, removing some red positions, as I should have done, and making themselves as hard to kill as possible. Green going to be sitting on 4 cards now, but they have just spread themselves out, removed some red positions to try and avoid red from killing them. Blue has the lucky trade on 3, which might just save them and net them second place. When it comes down to card luck like that, there's not much you can do about it. It is just purely RNG factor in the game. Now blue looking strong with several quite large stacks across the board. They are pretty unkillable and only on 1 card, so red's target now surely is going to be green. And yeah, we see them start hitting green everywhere they can. But they have not positioned their troops properly, so they are hitting some blue as well. Red just going ham on both players. Now, the players remaining in this game have a choice at this point. They can either try and team up and hit some red, or green can set in and try to just take the bounty on blue to take second place and the bounties that they managed to accrue. Green decides to take the bounty on blue. I think if I were in their position, I think I would possibly have smacked into red actually. Taken all that territory from red. Everyone, you can see by the cards that no one is going to be coming out of this next turn with a set. Blue was only on 1 card as well. Green would then have had the territory advantage, the troop advantage, and the card advantage if they had slammed into red there. So I think the optimal better play for green in that moment was to slam into red, but they decided to play it safe and just take second place and the bounties that they got, which unfortunately feeds the game to red. Red just being lucky in this game. They did play a very, very good early game in spreading themselves out and preventing me from being able to kill them, so props to them for that. But ultimately, they did get the game fed to them, and that is a GG, guys. Sometimes that is the way it plays out. You can't win them all, but I took away a very valuable lesson from this game to carry forward into all games in the future. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, why not hit the subscribe and like buttons so that you don't miss out on future content. See you next time for some more fun, love and snuggles in our never-ending quest for the GG.